Good morning, Batul. Let's just see how you did here. Clinical iceberg. Okay, I have to zoom in here. The words health and normality have the same meaning, but it is difficult to explain what they are. Okay, health is defined by. Okay, you can't use something in brackets here because WHO is the subject in this sentence. So if you have brackets around something, that means I can omit it. Okay, so don't put brackets around words that you can omit. Okay, it's defined by the WHO as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease. Okay, you've used a quote here in a normal writing, that's okay, but in a paraphrase, you cannot use quotation marks. You have to state it in your own words, okay? Because I'm marking you on your paraphrasing, yeah? Regarding to this information, few people would be totally healthy. Okay, that's fine, but to be honest, Batul, you're way over the word count. And so while it's good to define health and normality, what you really have been asked to do is define what a clinical iceberg is, and you haven't done that in the introductory sentence paragraph. So I would suggest that the next paraphrase you restate the task. Okay. The other problem is that your paragraph is one. Okay, I guess it's two sentences. Despite the WHO's health definition, many people think that they are free from disease and or abnormality. Okay. The majority of people do not have abnormal conditions that could be examined, so they consider themselves healthy or normal. Okay, so you're basically saying the same thing three times here. You're repeating yourself about this definition, and so you've wasted a lot of words. I would say up to this point here, you're basically saying one thing, that normality and health are sort of connected. So this is a problem, okay? However, some people might appear healthy but have some characteristics like obesity, um, or perform some bad habits like smoking while they're at risk. Okay, that's fine. Um, okay, so I have a hard time turning this around. Develop disease. Some other people do not have signs of the disease, but they are in some precursor morbid state. Okay, Batul, I think what you're doing here is you're describing each stage of the clinical iceberg, but you're not explaining what the iceberg is. For instance, the trauma, the process, precursor state of atherosclerosis. Furthermore, few people do not have uh, symptoms of a disease, but by examining it will be appeared. Okay, signs. Okay, your writing's good here, Batul, but you're not. I'm gonna stop this section because you're basically just explaining what each stage is. So this is a problem because we don't understand what the iceberg, the reason for the iceberg. Okay, usually only people having signs and symptoms visit the hospital. Okay. Epidemiological is important. Classify people helps health authorities. Okay, and also targets. Okay, so the problem, Batul, is you haven't answered the task. Okay, your writing's quite good. You'd get some marks or most of the marks for all of the correct information, but you haven't really explained to students why you're writing and why it's important for them to pay attention to this clinical iceberg. Okay, but again, this is your first one, so good job on that.